Nice first fish. Well, it's a little different. Yeah, we've always known of different techniques to use on the Columbia River, and actually any big water, river water that you can fish. If you got back eddies in a big water system, especially in a river, you get big back eddies that form. And especially rivers with deep water like the Columbia. So it's all about fishing really big, deep water holes with indicators. Today, as we take you sport fishing on the fly. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that big dome. Hey?
I think it's a technique. I think it's a fisherman.
Some days are good and some days are better.
A lot better.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you in part by Islander, builder of world-class fly float and mooching reels. The Frog Boat, inspired by nature, ingenious by design. The Freshwater Fishery Society of British Columbia. Catch what you've been missing, go fish BC. This time of year fishing the Columbia, you know, it's mid to late June, you get a lot of post-spawn fish. And this guy's a post-spawner. He just came off the spawn, you know, probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, trying to fatten up. So I'm gonna try not to stress him too much. Again, we're using barbless hooks in the river systems in BC. There he is, there you can see, oh, darker color, and he snapped me off. I was gonna go and release him, and he snapped me off.
Hey, those are nice
That's
fish.
the beauty of these little guys. They're in the air the whole time. Oh, he's back in the boat. Now they started. Now the fish have started coming up, and you get a bunch of these little guys, what we call the little guys, but they're just great. They're, you know, those 12 to 14-inch fish, and beautiful little chrome bullets. Come on, settle down. Gee, they whirl. I got the fly, and there he goes. That's the easiest way to let him go. Just let him flick off there. So there's a fly we're using today. This fly it's a killer. It's always being proven. We've got different materials you can tie with the gold bead, silver bead, but this little red guy, we may go to the bench later and tie this up, but they red and green. This is actually maroon. That's the colors you want. Let's get it out there, get another one. Oh, this guy's coming right at the boat. Oh, this is a nice chrome fish, Dwayne. Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thick one.
That's a nice big fish, wow.
We
just got out here, we've been out here about a half an hour. And of course I'm with my good fishing buddy, Dwayne D'Andrea. And you know, we discovered this technique about actually about 15 years ago on the Missouri River. We were fishing this way with lightning bugs. And we're fishing these real deep holes, and the Missouri River is quite a large river. We're fishing these big back eddies with lightning bugs. They call them lightning bugs, essentially little silver nymphs. And we were hanging them down about 6 feet and letting them go around the back eddy and picking off these big fish, which was excellent. So we decided, hey, you know, if it works there, it probably works in the Columbia, big body of water. We know these fish come up and look for emerging caddis and things that are coming up before the big hatches start in July. So we're fishing June. Once we got it out with the indicator, found these nice back eddies where we can let the indicator sit there, it's just been a killer. Every spring we come out, May and June, and essentially you can have 30 fish days very easily, which we had the other day. And we've got out here and we've just gotten 2 real nice ones right off the bat. So look at that, that's gorgeous, right in the top, just like you would when you're chronomid fishing. You get them right in the top of the mouth. And all the fish in the Columbia are this size, you know, this time of year. You're gonna get them on the average 3 pounds, you know, 2 to 3 pounds, and then, whoa, and then even bigger when the big guys come up. Oh, you net him again. I can't get, oh, there he is there. Hey, Dwayne, I'll let you do the honors. How about that?
He swam out of the net.
Did he?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, well, we got a picture
Oh,
of him,
it's a nice
so
release.
just go.
Didn't even have to lift him up. He swam right out. Full energy. Well, that was cool,
Sure.
man. Nice fish.
Trust a friend to do it for you, and they.
Well, hopefully
That was a
there'll
nice fish, though. We'll get lots of those.
be more, for
They're
sure.
starting
yeah.
to move right now.
Oh, exactly.
Cool.
Bugs are starting to hatch. Few
Nice.
cactus, maize flying right now. So
That's what we like.
there'll be more.
Excellent. That's got some meat on him. This guy's pulling real hard. Whoa. I think this is a good fish. Oh man, he hasn't jumped, but he's sure digging down there. Oh yeah, look at this one. That's gorgeous. Look at that fish. Oh, I'll let you net this guy though. He looks like another beautiful male coming off the spawn. Okay, so you gonna show him this time or?
You bet.
Exactly like chironomid fishing. They take it right in the top of the lip. Yeah, and hold them up for everybody. That's a nice fish. Yeah, so that guy's fairly long, you know. He'll put on a couple of pounds over the summer. You know, there's a long fish, so that guy's just off the spawn. And he'll bulk up. He'll put on at least 2 pounds over the summer.
You're right.
You know, that's gonna be a real nice fish after. You can see he's been working hard and doing the spawning. Let him go, and they got lots of spunk in here. Very nice, D'Andrea. And you know, this is, like you're saying, Dwayne, this is only one of the 5 or 6 holes we'll hit today.
That's right.
We'll head down to another big hole. It's called American Eddy. Great place to fish it this way. It's just steady action. I mean, it was no more than 30 seconds and we just released that fish. When they all come up, whoa, the fish will come up literally by the hundreds. There'll be hundreds of fish in these runs. And you just get your fly out there, you let it drift through the seam, and you catch fish. It's just, it's absolutely a fantastic way to fish. And if you've never fished this way before, you really have to learn. So it's just chironomidding on a big river. That's all you're doing. You're chironomidding on a big stream. The nice thing is, or the tough thing is, you have to know how to mend that fly and keep it in the seams. And I'll show everybody how we do it pretty quick. But look at this guy. He's not that big, but man, he's fighting hard. 5-weight rods. Again, 4 5-weight rods recommended. I'm using one of my actual lake rods, 10-footer. And I like the 10-foot 5-weights because I can get out the open loops that you need with the indicators. You want to really have a nice wide open loop so you don't get all tangled. Because again, you do have an indicator on there. You have a swivel, a weighted fly, a bead head fly. So you want to make sure your loops are wide. Gee, this guy's not that big, but look at him fight, eh, Dwayne? He's just
pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Strong fish.
There he is there. If you're gonna grab the fish, I'll just try to, he's just a little guy, I'll try to grab the fly and just unbutton him. So there he is there, decent size. There he is, just on the lip, top of the nose. All right, let's get this fly out and do a zone. So what I'm looking for is right out in here, there's a little bit of a current, cast out, a little bit of a current pushing into the sort of foam line. And that's all I'm doing is I'm casting right into the current, letting it drift into that foam line. And then I'm just going to continually mend my line so I get a nice steady drift. So again, use your rod, do the big mends whichever way you have to. And that you want that dead drifting in that current and just sitting in that seam. Give it a little motion once in a while. You want that fly just to undulate a little bit. And that's the ideal spot. See right where the foam is and you've got the seam meeting up. It's a very good area. Fish tend to conjugate, build up in there. They all stack in there. And they're looking for food that's down about 4 to 6 feet. Gotta be something in there. That's a beautiful flow. Oh, come on. Gotta be something in there. Oh, this guy's big. I got him out in that big flow. This guy could be big, Dwayne. Oh, this is nice. Boy, when you get them out in that big flow on that big seam, you know they're big. Another dandy. Another gorgeous fish. They just keep coming up to feed. Look at that fish dance. Oh.
Let me get the net.
This is really some of the best fishing you're ever going to experience with an indicator. I've talked to Brian Chan, of course, my good buddy that we always go chironomid fishing with, and I told him, you can catch 20, 24-inch fish steady in a river system on this kind of system, and he would love it. He just can't wait to try it, so I'm gonna have to get him out. But there, that's the standard size, you know, that 20-inch fish, you know, nice chrome bullet, nice and healthy and thick, eh, Dwayne?
Oh, it's unbelievable. These fish are great fish.
So you guide this time of year, right? You'll guide it pretty steady?
This is a great time to guide.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good way to fish too, because beginners can fish with the indicator. It's visual, it's easy to see your strikes. So
Right.
it's a good way to take people out.
And you've got both opportunities, right? You got the big boat like we're doing today, or
Yeah.
you've got the drift boats.
Oh, exactly. We have 2 drift boats and the big Lund here. With the Lund,
Yeah.
you can cover a lot of these big holes quicker.
That's what I like.
Yeah, you can move around and get in and out of these places pretty easy.
So show that guy. That's a nice fish. Oh, another beautiful
Columbia River
fish. So again,
rainbow.
you know, another thinner fish coming off the spawn. But look at how long that fish is. Look at the tail on him. He will pack on 2 to 3 pounds over the summer by just feeding steady. You know, that's a 22+ inch fish, and they'll just get huge.
And these will start going for caddis flies pretty soon, right on the top.
In July.
In July.
Right, another couple weeks from now.
That's right. That's when they really put their weight on.
Yeah. Oh, we've caught, like I said, we've caught those fish in July, like 2 weeks from now, even 3 weeks from now, and they're close to, you know, they're 5, 6, 7 pounds. Like, they're huge. They get that thick, and they just bulk right up because they feed steady for 2 months, which is fantastic. What a great way to fish. I got to get another one. This is excellent. Oh, another dandy. Look at him push out there. This is a good sized fish too. Oh man, unreal. This is just fantastic. That indicator just bolts down when these fish hit too. Yeah, they all seem to be the same right now, trying to bulk up. But look at how long he is. Like how long is that guy?
Well, he's 21 or so.
Yeah. Look at how long he is. Look at the size of the head. He's gonna fill in. He'll be about that thick in a little while. It's pretty eely.
Yeah, they're just starting to eat.
Just
good.
starting to bulk up. Oh, they're gorgeous fish, though. You know, there you go.
There you go.
That kind of
Good
size.
job.
Wow.
So how many is that now? 9?
It's 9.
9 for you?
9.
Wow, that's really doing good.
I know. Well, you got that. You've had the green guy. You've tried the green guy
tried
for a
the
little
green.
bit, which is right there. A little green color, which is
Yeah.
normally our favorite. I don't
Yeah.
know. You might have to go red. Oh, look at the colors on this guy. Man, oh man.
Nice.
Another big post spawn. Man, we might have to move down to that other area, Dwayne, where those guys are a little healthier.
Sure.
They've come off the spawn
Yeah.
a little longer.
15 minutes we'll be
I'll
down
just
there.
try to let this guy go. He's another guy that's gonna, you know, he's 22 inches long, just off the spawn. Trying to recover and come in here and feed. So, oh, gee, he snapped me off again. That's the toughest part about using 5-pound tippet, which I've got on here, just 5-pound tippet, and you just try to grab the fly. Those big guys shake their head, and they snap you off. But I got lots of those flies, so put another one on. Today on the bench, we're going to tie you up the Columbia River Nymph. Now this is a great pattern to use in the spring, summer, and fall on the Columbia when the fish are up feeding in these big holes and they're up looking for food. Now the Columbia has so many different hatches on the river, this kind of general nymph imitates a whole bunch of different food items for those fish. And you can actually fish this nymph successfully at any of the bigger rivers all through the Pacific Northwest. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. We'll tie the fly on a size 12 emerger hook. We'll use some 8/0 wine thread to tie with. A 5/32 gold tungsten bead is the bead. Some wine marabou with red crystal flash for the tail. Some claret marabou as the body. And fine copper wire for the rib. To start the fly off, I put my bead on and tied on my thread. Now I've taken a small little clump of my wine marabou. And this tail has got to be kept fairly short, so I actually measure it about the length of the hook, and then we'll extend that back for the tail. So match the length of the tail to about the length of the hook, and tie it down into the bend of the hook. Actually, don't stop right at the hook shank, but actually go right about halfway down the bend. We want a small amount of flash on the tail, and very, very discreet flash. So I'm going to take one strand of my red crystal flash. I'm going to double it up on the thread. So you're actually tying in 2 strands. And again, tie it down and then cut it to the same, like just slightly shorter than the tail you just tied in. The next step will be to take your fine copper wire, and we're just going to tie this in right up on the body. Tie it in along the hook and secure it. And we'll wrap this to form the rib a little bit later. The next part of the fly is very critical you do this correctly. Now I've taken a quill off my marabou, and you can see I want the fluffy stuff at the bottom. I'm going to tie this in by the tips because the tips are very thin, and as I work the body up, I want all this fluffy, downy fiber to bush out near the thorax and actually to create a nice bushy body on the fly. So we're going to pull off some of these quills and I'll show you how we tie it in. Now I'm going to take it in and again tie them in by the tips and wrap it back towards the tail. Take your thread forward right to the bead, and now take this marabou and start wrapping it forward. And you'll see at the very back of the hook it stays nice and thin, and as you keep wrapping forward it's going to form a nice bushy bit of lifelike look to the fly as you get towards the head. And once you get to the head, we're going to tie off. Now to finish the fly off, I'm going to take my copper rib that I've had off the back of the hook, and I'm going to make about, normally that 4 to 5 turns and finish off right behind the bead, right near the top of the hook, and tie it off. Now the last step in the fly is take your whip finisher and whip finish off right behind the bead. So there it is, the finished Columbia River Nymph. It's a great pattern to use through the spring, summer, and fall, mainly because it imitates so many different food items coming up for the fish to feed on. Give it a try, I think you'll have success. Nice! Oh, me too, double hair. Oh, I had one too. We found the pod, Dwayne. Alrighty, let's get in here for the netting.
Okay, rescue.
Oh, that's a nice chromer, eh?
Yeah, like I said, it's good.
That's
It's
beautiful.
a good eating size.
Yeah.
But even in the back eddy, there's a lot of current, isn't there?
There is. These fish are tough. It's just like a big lake. They're out here feeding.
I'll just reel them up just a little bit more here for you. There we go. Come on, you little guy.
Yeah, they're tough fish.
Oh, they are. They're full of muscle.
There he is there.
Thanks, Todd.
Excellent. Nice chromer. There he is there. Nice little fish, decent size. Little guy. There he goes. Right down the bottom.
Good job.
Excellent. Very nice. He pulls it out.
Finally broke the skunk.
Well, we moved down from the big hole. We were at a different hole, and we were kind of getting rained out. It was going to start pouring on us. It looks like it's not that great here, but we'll head back in the eddy. Could be good. We just got down here, first cast, 10 minutes.
Yeah, try to find one of the big ones.
Yeah, exactly. And we better crank it up because we're heading down.
Yeah.
All right. We were fishing for about a half an hour, and actually we had a bunch of clouds come in, and we actually did an extra already. But I decided to change over to a dry fly. We had a big mayfly hatch come off with this cloud cover, which is fantastic, which you get out here. So the opportunities you have on the Columbia is you either go with the indicator early, catch a ton of fish until the dries come off. The mayfly hatch came off, switched to a dry, bang, within probably 3 or 4 casts. Excellent. These are good sized fish too, and always nice to get them on the dry. It's a dandy fish.
Good job.
How's about that, man? How's that for a fish?
Nice fish.
There's a fly. There's a little Adams. Pretty well a good mayfly, overall mayfly pattern. Get my hands wet here, but that's a nice healthy bull, and this thing's gonna get real big too. The size of fish that are feeding out here right now. There he is there. Isn't that gorgeous? It's 20, 21-ish probably, maybe 22, but look at that, just beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, there he is for everybody. Look at that, isn't that nice? There he goes. Nice.
Oh, he's a big fish too.
Is he? Good.
I'm worried about that float. It's a fat one.
Oh, nice.
Should
How's
be-
he look?
Nice. Fat.
Pretty good?
She's tired though from.
Need me to net him for you?
Oh, it doesn't matter, Don. Keep fishing.
Oh, gee, and I go, oh. Oh, he looks nice, Dwayne. He looks good.
Might have to get you to net him
We
though.
had a chance for the double header there, too. I'll come back and net him
My
for you.
arm's just not long enough here.
Oh,
have to
that's
back up
gorgeous
here in the boat.
fish. Right in the corner of the lip. There you go.
Oh, look, the fly's laying right there.
Oh, there it is. There it
Okay,
pops
on
out.
it.
Little dry fly, same one. I'll let you hold him up.
Okay.
Kind of what we've been catching all day, you know? Oh, look at how long it is, too. I mean, you know, he's coming up to spawn. That fish will be a
This is
good,
gonna be a-
you know, 5-6 pounds when he comes off.
Absolutely.
You know, when he feeds up.
Let's get him back in.
Get him back in there.
Beautiful fish.
Oh, it is.
Look how
Gorgeous
long that
fish.
is.
I know. He's long. Like, they're going to be huge. These fish get really big now over the summer. And the thing is, there's literally thousands that size all over the place, right? They just come
Yeah.
up in here in these big holes
Big holes.
through May and June to bulk up and feed.
That's right.
What a
look.
great day.
Oh, it's awesome.
That
Thanks
was
a lot again for having me.
fantastic. You know,
Appreciate
it's
that.
so cool. You can come out this time of year. So give Dwayne a call. It's May and June, or what I find the indicator months. I like to call them the indicator months because you go in the day and essentially you start at what, 10 in the morning?
Start in the morning.
The indicator fish till usually 2 or 3. Switch over to dry if you get a hatch. If not, you can continue to indicator fish.
Absolutely. A lot of options.
Yeah, tons
time
of
of year.
options. So give Dwayne a call. Mountain Valley Sport Fishing. I don't know your website. What's your website?
KootenaiFlyFishing.com.
And of course, ours is sfotf.ca or sportfishingonthefly.ca. And KLR Web Guru has got new stuff going up every week. We got the our quick tips that we're putting up.
That's a nice site.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. And we got a whole bunch of flies coming. So make sure when you're out here, you take care, conserve our waters. Give D'Andrea a call. He can guide you into some fish. And we'll see you next time. We'll take sport fishing on the fly. And of course, you know there's always time for one more cast.
Of
isn't there?
course.
Of course. To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one showing, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.